hair. I just cut some bangs because it's been a while since they were cut and my face needed to be framed a little bit. I have these stars on my eyes today. They've kind of rubbed off of my face in the meantime, and I need to fix them. She's sick. She's sick as fuck. She's sick as fuck. I need to fix them. Oh, anyways, I have these stars on my eyes today because I was feeling a little silly and creative, and I just wanted to try it because today I wasn't going out. It's always nice when you have a day where you're not going out or doing anything and you're like, I kind of gotta take advantage of this. So they look like shit now. They've rubbed off a lot, but you know, what can you do? The real reason I also did it is because I ran out of eyeliner. So I need something to distract from the fact that my eyes were gonna feel so naked. I was just about to oil my hair, and that's when I was inspired to film this because I really love this this thing. I think it sounds so nice. It's been a crazy week, crazy weekend, and it does not end. So as for a little update, God, where do I even start? Let's just start from last week, I guess. So last week, me and my best friend Lauren, we went to go see Wisp. It was very, very cool. And before I start this, make sure to take some medication if you need to. Set your alarm for tomorrow morning. Get some water. Make sure you've texted back everyone you've had to text. Make sure there's nothing due tonight that I've forgotten about. Hopefully that's more relaxing here right now and that you did everything than stressful. But you know, the better you can think, okay, I did this. I got everything for school done. Everything for work, that's done. Everything, medication taken, my alarm is set. There's nothing more you have to worry about. Now you can let your brain drift off and go to bed. But yeah, we went to go see Wisp, and it was a super cool experience. It was really nice. She was fantastic, and all of her songs were so good. And the opening band, Photographic Memory, was also really good, and I really enjoyed their set as well. We met some people there. It was really fun. After we had a chat with one of them in Popeyes and just shot the shit, and that was nice. I really appreciate those random connections that you have with strangers when people are just willing to sit down and talk to someone that they don't know. I really appreciate that and value that. So that was really nice and wonderful. So it was a good night. I also started a new job. My first shift was that Saturday, and it ended up going very well, which is, thank God. It turns out I was thrown into one of the busiest days they'd ever seen, and it was also, they were down a server, so I got no break. And they're like, Kira, we're really sorry, you always get a break and a free meal, but it was just too busy today, like, we're sorry. And they're a local business, so I'm really happy to be working in a local business, and it was really busy, but I adapted pretty well considering that I'm a hostess, by the way, and I'm moving up to be a server. But it's not like most places. I think since it's a local business, it's a little bit smaller, and there's less positions. It's a really hands-on place. I kind of do a bit of everything, so I was doing a lot. It was constantly my feet. I came home, my legs were aching really bad, which I was not expecting. that. But yeah, the more that I go, the more I'm gonna learn, and eventually move up to some serving shifts, which is exciting. So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I honestly liked being kept so busy. I enjoyed it like a lot more than I thought I would. So just being so busy and running around, it was very tiring. I came home exhausted, very hungry, very tired. But then I had another shift on Wednesday, or it's just the rest of my training, because she's like, we didn't really get to go over anything. In detail. So I had that on Wednesday, which was nice. I was able to get to know people a little bit better, and get more comfortable. But it wasn't that busy, so it wasn't as good of practice as I liked. And so I'm kind of glad I went into something so rushed at first, because I feel like it helped me learn quickly. But there was another host on who was helping me when I needed it, so now I have no host, which is a little nerve-wracking. I work probably on one of the busiest days for a brunch place, so I'm nervous, but I hope it goes well. And that's my next shift this weekend, so. But yeah, I like it. I like my coworkers, and I like the environment. It's like a retro diner kind of vibe. I really like it. So yeah, and then I went to go throughout the week. Throughout this week, I kind of neglected all my responsibilities. It's like the busiest semester I've ever had. I have like a group project in all of my classes and a final presentation, or like one throughout the year, and 5 classes, and it's just extremely busy, and like there's quizzes every week, and like long chapter readings that I have to do in order to complete the quizzes, so it's just very time consuming stuff, and I feel very behind. But yeah, this week was kind of my fault, because Tuesday I went to go see The Long Walk with my friend, 2 of my friends. Oh my god, I cried and cried and cried. It was so sad, but really moving. It was like one of the best movies I've seen recently, in a while. And I thought it was amazing, and I knew it was going to be amazing because it was based on Stephen King. It was a film adaptation. It was an adaptation from one of his books, so I knew it was going to be good. I was surprised with how character-driven it was, but I also knew it was going to be like good characterization because it's Stephen King. I'm a big fan, and yeah, one of my favorite story and movie ever is Stand By Me / The Body by Stephen King. So it's like one of my favorite things about his writing and one of his strong suits, I think. So it didn't let down or disappoint in the slightest. The ending was so good. I have a lot of thoughts, but I just rehashed them. So over FaceTime, so I can't do it again in detail. But I thought it was fantastic, and I find it very interesting that this movie came out during this time in the world. I just thought it was really applicable, and I thought it was fantastic. And I loved that the central part of it was the relationships and character dynamics, and I really felt for those 2 boys, and I really fell in love with their friendship, and it was heartbreaking. There was a guy beside me, us making fun of the fact that we were crying throughout the whole movie, but we weren't. You weren't. You have a lot. But yeah, I rated it 5 stars. I thought it was perfect. I can't wait to rewatch it, and I gotta read the book as well, like ASAP. I wish I wasn't so busy with school, because the ending of the book is different than the movie, so it's definitely worth a read. And the next day was extremely busy. I woke up, I went to work very early, finished that, went straight to school, did my 3-hour class, then came home, went straight to the concert. Me and my friends saw Mike DeMarco on Wednesday. It was wonderful. He was amazing. It wasn't even like one of those concerts I come away from where I'm like, oh my god, like that was life-changing, that was insane, that was one of the best concerts. It was just like very heartfelt and wholesome, and you kind of realize like he's just a guy. He's literally just a guy. He's twerking on stage, you know, like he's just doing his thing. And hearing some of those songs live was very special. Like, he really is one of those artists who has some songs that just really resonate, like, incredibly. Most of his songs. So there were so many I wish I could have heard that I wanted to hear, but a concert can only be so long. I heard Ode to Viceroy live, and that was the best part of the whole thing. And his like twerking and like funny jokes. It was just like a great time, and unlike anything I've ever seen. I can't tell if I met him in person, whether it would be like we hit it off so well, or if I wouldn't even know how to interact with him. I can't tell. He has a very specific kind of humor, but like one that I relate to a lot. And I feel like I've kind of lost in some ways. Lost a bit of my weirdness. I was like the weird kid, like not the weird kid, like the way that the movies portray the weird kid. But it was just like that was my way of being funny, like doing stupid dances and just like making fun of myself, embarrassing myself, really. So I relate to that kind of humor. I've lost more of it as we get older and become more self-aware, but I gotta try and get it back because I think it's really funny. But yeah. So it was a busy day. I went to bed exhausted, and ever since then, some other crazy stuff this week has happened that I just can't get into. But it's been one hell of a week, and now I've been trying to study and do stuff for school. It hasn't been going well. I'm really distracted with everything going on. Just my brain is going to 1,000 different places. But yeah, so, but I've been watching some interesting stuff. I found the Jay Shetty podcast, which I really love, and I watched the entire 2.5 hour Emma Watson exclusive video. It was amazing. She is such an intelligent woman, and it's really inspired me to like figure out my morals and stuff. Like I already know what they are, but like to really think about like my mission in life and like what I want to leave. And I think about these things a lot, but it's kind of just reminding me to like further seek out. I feel like when we say we're all trying to figure out who we are and like who are you is such a broad question, it can be dumbed down and feel a lot less overwhelming by saying what's your mission in life, what are your morals, what are your values, what do you care about. I feel like that right there says so much, without having to think about all the other things like my style and my personality related things and humor and just a lot of other things that we think about. We could put ourselves in a million different categories, right, and boxes, but I think that's such a good place to start. And that podcast just made me think about so many different things. It was really worth a watch, and I love Emma Watson. Who doesn't? She's just fantastic. It's a great video. And I also watched another video from Soulfly Underbelly on attachment theory, why it's so important, and that was an amazing video, and I got a lot of insight. I'll quickly figure out who the interview was with, just so you can watch it if you're interested. Let's see. Windows is so itchy. Oh, his name was Adam Lane Smith. It was awesome. So, I do recommend that video. He was a licensed therapist. I'm not sure why it had to get taken away. I'm not sure why it had to be taken away to become like a relationship coach that he said, or some type of coach. I don't understand that. If someone could explain, that'd be great. I'm just trying to understand his credentials, but he seemed very intelligent on what he was talking about. It was a great video. So yeah, I've been watching some good stuff recently and gotten a lot of cool insights. I'm almost done the audiobook I'm listening to, so I can't wait to be done with that. Oh my god, it's so good. And then I can move on to better, bigger things. But yeah, tomorrow I gotta keep doing some more studying now and oil my hair before I wash it. But I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I have some people coming over to watch Beetlejuice. I'm very excited. So we've cleaned the place a little bit and try to make it look a little cute and cozy. I still have some more cleaning to do, and I have some errands to run tomorrow before everyone comes over. I need to go get some pumpkin pie because I'm gonna be the best host ever and have pumpkin pie and cream. And I'm gonna make some drinks. I'm very excited about. I need some cups. I need eyeliner, and I need that Long Walk book so bad. I shouldn't buy it, but you know it's so tempting when you're employed. Like you're like, I'm employed, you know, like what's that one thing here and there? Yeah. Thanks guys so much for watching, listening to this little update. I don't think it was a very good video ASMR wise, but I mean, I love ASMR and I do love experimenting with sounds and making good sounds, but I also really like using this channel as a diary to look back on. So yeah, but thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having an amazing week, and if you're not, things will look up. Just keep hope. Give yourself things to look forward to. That's what really helps me when I'm in bad bouts, is just giving myself something to be hopeful for. And that could literally just be like, what am I gonna do when I get a spare moment this weekend? I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna go out with a friend. I'm gonna try something new but wanting to try for a long time. Little things like that just give you hope, give you something to look forward to, or really good distractions. And it's helped me a lot. So make sure that you're doing that for yourself if you can. Well, anyone can.